When the camera goes live, there's nowhere to hide.
The babies we eat, the food we eat, the wars we fight.
Celebrities slipping into eerie states.
Thank you to Satan for giving me inspiration on how to play this role.
Disturbing symbols flashing on stage. And haunting moments unfolding before millions. Brace yourself to watch these strange live streams that turn terrifying in plain sight.
Never die.
Crazy, Sam. I love you so much.
The 65th Grammy Awards took a sharp turn when Sam Smith and Kim Petras performed Unholy. It wasn't just the music that drew attention, it was the staging. Smith appeared in red, horns on his head, flames rising behind him. Petras was inside a glowing cage, bathed in red light. The setup looked less like a concert and more like a staged ceremony. Viewers didn't hold back. The FCC received waves of complaints calling the performance disturbing, while social media was filled with claims of occult symbolism. Critics labeled it satanic, while others suggested it hinted at an underlying agenda. The Church of Satan dismissed the uproar, calling it nothing unusual. But for many watching, the performance crossed a line, leaving them convinced it wasn't just a show, but a deliberate ritual in plain sight.
Thank you.
Strange slip.
Oh, very much. I didn't know what a remarkable place I was coming into.
At a talk in Santa Barbara, futurist Barbara Marx Hubbard suddenly said something that froze the room. The babies we eat.
The babies we eat, the food we eat, the wars we fight.
She didn't laugh it off, correct herself, or act embarrassed. The words just hung there, as though intentional. Hubbard was widely respected for her theories about human progress and spiritual evolution, but she also had connections to influential circles that spoke in layered, symbolic language. That slip of the tongue only added fuel to long-standing rumors about hidden meanings and secret codes. Those close to her never explained, and perhaps they never will. To this day, that brief, unsettling phrase remains one of the strangest moments in her public talks. Bale's dark thanks.
Thank you to that geezer over there, Adam.
The 76th Golden Globes should have been Christian Bale's big night for winning Best Actor in Vice. Instead, what shocked the audience was his acceptance speech. Calmly, in front of cameras worldwide, he said, "Thank you to Satan for giving me inspiration on how to play this role."
Thank you to Satan for giving me inspiration on how to play this role.
The room laughed, applauded even, but not everyone found it amusing. For years, rumors have followed Hollywood stars of hidden worship, secret deals for fame, and strange rituals behind the cameras. Bale's words only added fuel. Why say it so directly? Why not explain afterward? He never clarified. He never retracted. That single sentence is still replayed, leaving a cloud over what he truly meant.
He said, I've got to find somebody who can be absolutely charisma-free.
Monster plot. Lady Gaga's shows have always been theatrical, but her 2025 concert in Brazil carried an edge that went beyond entertainment. Over 2.5 million fans packed Copacabana Beach, where she took the stage under a wash of crimson lights. Dressed in a long robe with a glowing cross, Gaga opened with Bloody Mary, a song linked to an old mirror ritual, whispering, "Monsters never die."
Monsters never die.
Dancers circled her in slow, ceremonial movements, performing an eerie, ritual-like feel. But the unease wasn't just about the stage. Brazilian police were running a secret operation that night. A group had been planning something, including one suspect who claimed Gaga was tied to a dark order. Their plan, called Operation Fake Monster, was stopped before it could unfold. Equipment and troubling notes were seized, and arrests were made across several states. Gaga's team only learned of it once the show was safely over. Whether Gaga's theatrics are simply artistic or hint at something deeper, the line between performance and initiation felt thinner than ever that night.
Monsters never die.
Diljit's triangle sign. In May 2024, in Chicago's All-State Arena, the crowd was ready for Diljit Dosanjh's Dil Illuminati show when, before the first beat dropped, he lifted his hands into a triangle shape. It happened once, just for a moment, but the internet ran with it. By midnight, posts claimed he had joined the Illuminati, pointing at the show's moody lighting, shadow visuals, and even the title of the concert. To others, though, the sign looked familiar for an entirely different reason: yoga, specifically a mudra linked to the crown chakra, believed to focus energy and bring peace. Diljit later explained that Dilluminati was only a playful word twist, not a hidden message. But by then, theories were everywhere, proving just how fast art and conspiracy can collide in the digital age. On-air collapse.
Calm before the storm.
Not again!
Viewers tuned in for a simple weather update, but what they saw instead left them stunned. The meteorologist was speaking normally when, out of nowhere, her eyes rolled back and she collapsed right at the desk. While doctors quickly ruled out anything supernatural, audiences couldn't shake the eerie image. Some swore it looked like she was overtaken by a force beyond control. Theories spread fast online, until she personally updated her Facebook later that day, thanking fans and revealing she had fainted from a medical issue. So, no haunting possession this time, just a health scare that played out live. Haunted Livestream. A YouTuber was casually live streaming from his apartment when things began to spiral. First, the door creaked open on its own, then closed again, even though no one else was home. Uneasy, he tried to laugh it off until the lights flickered and cut out. Rising to check, he froze when he heard another door slam. Back on camera, clearly shaken, he tried to continue, but then a box shifted and toppled behind him. Moments later, a shadowy figure crawled past in the background. His viewers flooded the chat, calling it paranormal. By the end, the YouTuber himself admitted it. Something wasn't right in that apartment, and he needed to leave before it got worse.
Guys, it's not like we needed any sleep or anything.
Robot sip.
Will be and must be strictly enforced given the numbers.
Back in April 2018, Mark Zuckerberg faced the House Energy and Commerce Committee. But it wasn't his words that stole the spotlight. It was how he drank water. As cameras zoomed in, he slowly lifted a glass, paused too long, and made a stiff sipping motion without any clear swallow. His face stayed rigid, almost expressionless. The clip went viral online. Jokes and theories spread instantly. Was Zuckerberg pretending to drink? Was he acting human rather than being human? Some even claimed it was proof of him being robotic or something not entirely ordinary. For most people, it was just awkward. But for others, that strange little sip was enough to stir deeper questions about the man behind the screen.
If you're over your time, Chairman Thune and I will make sure to let you...
Rihanna's diamond signal. Super Bowl 57, 2023. Rihanna stood high above the field, dressed in striking red, singing diamonds. But the part that sent the internet into a frenzy was when she lifted her hands and shaped them into a diamond. Some brushed it off as just fitting the song. Others claimed it was the infamous Illuminati sign. In fact, some even pointed out that the camera quickly cut away at that moment, as though it wasn't meant to be seen clearly. This wasn't Rihanna's first brush with these theories. From her music videos to earlier shows, similar gestures have popped up before, and she's not the only one. Jay-Z, Beyonce, and others have used it too. Some say it's all marketing, but for those who believe in secret signals, that Super Bowl gesture was more than just a sparkle. Strange warning.
There's the guy with the pentagram and the holy water, and he's like, yeah, he's sure he can control the demon.
When Elon Musk talks, the world usually leans in, but this time, it wasn't rockets or electric cars. At an MIT event, he sent chills through the crowd saying, "With artificial intelligence, we are summoning the demon."
I mean, with artificial intelligence, we are summoning the demon.
Not a tool, not a machine, a demon. He even described how people think symbols or holy water could control it, but said that's just an illusion. For someone known for being precise and calculated, his words and actions left people puzzled. Was it nerves, or was it something more? Something he knows, but the rest of us don't. Unblinking man.
Recent example of this triad.
A senator was delivering a normal speech in the U.S. Senate, but the focus quickly shifted away from him. Behind him sat a man with a frozen stare, his face expressionless, his eyes wide open, and he didn't blink once. The moment looked unsettling on live television, almost as if time had stopped around him. Viewers immediately began debating what they saw. Some said he was just focused. Others claimed something had taken over him, like he wasn't really himself at that moment. And then, just as quickly as he appeared, he was gone. After the session, no one could find him. Some say he walked out unnoticed. Others believe whatever was inside him never truly left the chamber.
Released our first Biden investigation report.
Halftime gesture. At Houston's NRG Stadium, Beyonce lit up the halftime stage in a dazzling Western outfit covered in 350 carats of diamonds. But halfway through her new track, Texas Hold'em, she raised her hand and flashed a two-finger gesture. Right on cue, the giant screen behind her popped with the word bang. To the NFL, that was a big problem. Gestures like that are banned during games and can even earn players a penalty. Fans erupted online, saying she should face the same fines players would. Others remembered her earlier Super Bowl show, where she was accused of flashing an Illuminati symbol just before the stadium lights mysteriously went out. Whether planned or unintentional, Beyonce has a way of keeping people talking, leaving everyone questioning what's part of the show and what isn't. Reptile reporter.
They here at Augusta High School that led to Chris Wood's death.
It seemed like a normal day at the park, a journalist casually reporting on a match. The broadcast rolled smoothly until a tiny insect smacked his face. He instinctively flicked his tongue outward, and that's when the camera caught it. For a split second, his tongue wasn't human at all. Long, thin, almost reptilian. His expression froze, like he realized his secret had been exposed. Quickly, he turned away, but not fast enough.
School that led to Chris Wood's death. The fuck is that?
Replay after replay spread online, fueling the idea that he wasn't just a reporter, but something more. Maybe reptilian. Maybe a shapeshifter. Maybe proof that some things can't stay hidden forever.
I'm dying in this fucking country-ass up town.
Star sign celebration. Right after the big win, the players huddled together, but instead of just cheering, a few of them raised their hands and formed a star-shaped sign. Cameras caught it instantly, and within hours, the clip went viral. Some fans swore it looked like a magical charm, while others called it a hidden Illuminati gesture for energy and power. Maybe it was just a spontaneous celebration, or maybe a coded signal to fuel their future victories. Whatever the meaning, that unusual hand symbol became the most talked about part of the night, lingering in everyone's memory long after the final whistle. Funeral incident. During President George H.W. Bush's funeral, a chilling subplot unfolded. As the ceremony carried on, cameras caught famous figures discreetly opening letters slipped into their programs. Their faces instantly changed with shock, confusion, and unease. These weren't ordinary notes. The recipients reacted like they'd just been warned or reminded of something dangerous. What was written inside? No one's revealed it. Some say Bush had arranged messages about unfinished business, state secrets, or hidden alliances that only a few were meant to see. To this day, those letters remain one of the strangest mysteries linked to a modern funeral, leaving the public guessing what truths they carried. Strange stage. It was October 2013, Worcester Palladium, Massachusetts, and fans thought they were walking into a metal concert. What they got instead felt more like an occult ritual. The Swedish band Watain took over the stage with fire, bones scattered around, and a fierce presence that filled the hall. But then came the moment nobody could shake off. Their frontman hurled a bucket of thick red liquid straight into the crowd. The smell hit immediately. Strong, raw, overwhelming. Some stood frozen, others bolted for the exits, and a few even left the venue entirely. Watain has always blurred the line between music and dark theater, turning shows into ceremonies. That night, it was less about songs and more about leaving people disturbed. By the end, the stage looked like a rite had been completed, not a performance. Britney's odd words.
I'm not turning 42, I'm turning 5.
On her birthday, Britney Spears posted a video that made fans stop in their tracks. She cheerfully claimed, "I'm turning 5 years old." Then added she was headed to kindergarten. It didn't sound like a joke. She also spoke bitterly about the paparazzi, saying their photos warped her face into what looked like a white Jason mask. The remarks seemed to come from a place of hurt, but this wasn't Britney's first unusual appearance. Years earlier, in an interview, her eyes and facial features seemed to flicker unnaturally, fueling theories of reptilian ties. For decades, rumors have followed celebrities about deals for fame, eternal beauty, or youth. Was Britney giving a clue, maybe hinting at rewinding her life, or breaking free from a world she couldn't handle anymore? With Britney, the question has never been what she says, it's what she might actually mean.
Baby strawberry, a very, very cute baby cake.
Vanishing Pope.
Disappears. He goes bye-bye.
During a quiet moment inside a church, cameras captured Pope Francis finishing his prayers. But just as he concluded, something baffling happened. He faded into thin air. Viewers swore it wasn't a trick. Theories spread fast. Some linked it to sacred prayers with perfect silence, the kind that legends say can unlock unseen gateways. Others believed it was a spiritual act, a sign beyond earthly understanding. To the faithful, maybe it was divine. To skeptics, maybe just clever editing. Still, the timing was uncanny. The Pope vanishes right as the final blessing leaves his lips. A fleeting glimpse into another realm, or just a video illusion? No one can say for sure.
Also juggling taking care of their children. Elderly,
Dude, is it not? He's gone. Oh my.
Tyler's amnesia effect.
Remember anything?
It felt like so surreal. Afterwards, as we were leaving, I was like, did she play this song? I don't remember this song.
Thousands filled stadiums for Taylor Swift's Eras tour, but for some, the memory of being there is completely blank. Fans walked out, unable to recall the songs, the set list, or even the feeling of the show.
I don't remember this song. I don't remember her doing that. And just little things like that. But I do remember going to the concert.
Doctors now call it Taylor amnesia, a result of pure sensory overload, when the brain can't process the flood of excitement and emotion. One woman admitted she remembered entering the venue, but everything else was gone. That's the medical explanation. But singer Shane Lynch offered a darker view. He pointed to symbols in Taylor's staging, flames, masked dancers, pentagrams, and claimed these weren't just artistic choices, but something ritualistic. The question lingers. Were fans' minds simply overwhelmed, or was something else influencing them? Either way, it became a concert people swore they'd never forget, except some literally couldn't.
Memory are closely intertwined, and if you have a strong emotion, you can either heighten a memory or you can suppress it.
Doja's eyes. It was during Doja's Scarlet Tour in Houston that fans saw something unsettling. She was mid-performance when, just for a few seconds, her eyes appeared to shift. The change was small, but undeniable. Her face seemed off, almost not human. The crowd noticed. Some watched, others filmed, and soon TikTok was full of comments calling it strange, eerie, even unnatural. Words like energy and shape-shifting floated through the discussions. Doja herself gave no reaction. She kept performing like nothing happened. Maybe it was stage lighting, maybe just a trick of the moment. But for many, it felt like a curtain had slipped, and for a heartbeat, they had seen a side of her no one was supposed to. Slit blink. During an ABC interview, Miley Cyrus spoke casually, but it was a tiny blink that people still talk about. On slow playback, her pupils seemed to stretch into thin vertical slits, almost reptile-like. At first, editors nearly missed it, until one staff member reportedly froze in shock when reviewing the footage. A producer allegedly demanded that the frames be cut immediately. That single moment spiraled into reptilian theories, with claims Miley's true form had glitched. The idea ties into a larger belief about alien-human hybrids placed in positions of fame and power. She's not alone. Names like Bieber, Gaga, and even royalty have been linked to the same rumor. Whether it was just a trick of light or something more, the clip added one more layer to the long-running mystery around hidden identities in the spotlight. Gorgoroth's ritual stage. When Norwegian black metal band Gorgoroth performed Carving a Giant live, many fans weren't sure if they were at a concert or a ritual. The stage revealed sheep heads mounted on spikes, actors bound to wooden crosses, and streams of thick red liquid pouring across the set. The entire arena glowed red, and the slow, deliberate movements of the performers made the atmosphere feel more like a ceremony than a show. By the time they performed Possessed by Satan, people weren't just talking about music. They were debating whether what they saw crossed into occult territory. For some, it was theater pushed to the edge. For others, it was a staged ritual hiding in plain sight. Either way, no one walked away unchanged. Bieber's glitch. Justin Bieber was moving through a packed crowd with his security when fans swarmed closer. As he tried to slip away, a short clip surfaced that stunned everyone watching online. His face seemed to blur, his skin flashing with a green tint, and his eyes, sharp, snake-like, that looked nothing like his usual self. Some even joked he resembled Voldemort, only greener. This wasn't new either. Back in Perth, witnesses swore he briefly shifted into something reptilian inside the airport. Conspiracy followers claim shapeshifters struggle when they're stressed, unable to hold their disguise. And in Bieber's case, that shaky escape looked like a mask slipping in real time. Eerie right. Inside Los Angeles in 2024, fans gathered for King Diamond's concert, St. Lucifer's Hospital 1920. But what they witnessed felt like something pulled straight out of an occult ritual. The stage was dressed as an eerie asylum, bathed in flashing red light, with inverted crosses and chilling props scattered everywhere. Then came the moment no one forgot. A woman on stage froze in place, her eyes locked wide, moving stiffly as if under a spell. Many in the crowd whispered she looked possessed, like King Diamond had invoked something. To critics, it was theater, but for those watching closely, it didn't feel like a concert at all. Maybe a coded ritual disguised as music.
He also does keyboards for us.
Fang-like teeth. Clips of politicians, TV anchors, and even familiar talk show hosts are now being dissected frame by frame online. The reason was their teeth. In slow-motion close-ups, some sets appear unnaturally sharp, almost jagged, resembling fangs. Viewers compare them to how reptilian beings are often described in old myths and modern conspiracy theories. For believers, this was more proof that not all public figures are truly human. Some say they're hybrids. Others argue they're masked or controlled by something else entirely. Whether it's video distortion or something darker, the footage has added fuel to the long-running reptilian elite theory that refuses to fade away. Signs in rhythm. Michael Jackson's shows are always amazed with energy, but one detail from his Slave to the Rhythm performance has kept fans talking. Mid-dance, he flashed the devil horns with his hand, followed later by shaping his fingers into a 666 and tossing more cryptic signs into the crowd. These weren't random moves. They appeared at high energy peaks, almost choreographed like coded gestures. His style suddenly felt less like dancing and more like ritual motion. Some even believe believe his iconic glove and fedora weren't just fashion statements, but props of deeper influence. For those who see beyond the lights, Michael's performance hinted that his fame might have carried an unseen price. Vanished Boy. A live TV broadcast caught something no one expected. As the cameras panned across the audience, one boy's eyes flickered, his pupils narrowing into sharp reptile-like slits before snapping back to normal. The control room froze. They rolled it back in slow motion, confirming it really happened. But when the hosts checked during the break, the boy was gone. His seat was empty, no sign of him anywhere. All that remained was the broadcast clip and his name on the seating list. To skeptics, maybe it was a trick of light, but to others, the transformation looked too deliberate, and his disappearance only made the mystery darker.
Look at the woman right here next to Kamala.
Disappearing woman. At a red carpet screening, cameras locked on a popular American actress giving an interview. Behind her, a woman stood silently, just another face in the background, until she wasn't. Within seconds, the woman disappeared entirely, leaving no trace on either side of the frame. Viewers replayed it again and again, baffled at how she could vanish mid-shot. Some claimed it was a glitch in the recording. Others suggested something stranger, that the woman was no ordinary bystander, but an otherworldly figure capable of blending out of reality. Maybe she wasn't there for the film at all, but watching the actress herself for reasons no one could explain. Anniversary moment. When Behemoth marked their 30th year with a live stream event, 30 years of blasphemy, fans expected intensity, but the performance of Christians against the Lions crossed into something far heavier. Flames roared around the set, masked figures stalked the stage, and shadowy shapes flickered across burning symbols. The whole atmosphere carried an edge that felt ritualistic instead of musical. Frontman Nergal has always pushed boundaries with anti-religious themes, and here it seemed to turn to maximum. For some, it was bold, theatrical art. But for others, watching worldwide, it looked unmistakably like a staged custom disguised as a concert. Frozen Green.
And it's been a heck of a ride, to be honest.
Game 2 of the NBA playoffs ended with a Warriors win, and Draymond Green walked up to give his post-game thoughts. But mid-interview, he froze. He blinked once, then sat stiff for nearly 20 seconds, like a paused video stream.
Guys like Draymond, everybody on this team, they come over there, they wrap their hands around me like, yo, we got you.
Cameras kept rolling, reporters waited, and fans at home couldn't believe it. Clips went viral online, with viewers joking that someone hit a pause button on Draymond's system. Whether it was a blank out, a mental lapse, or something stranger hiding between frames, the moment made him look less human and more like a glitched avatar caught in real life.
Yeah, a lot of ups and downs,
Haunted doll.
Chairs rocking. Look at that.
Who's doing that? Stop it.
On live television, a couple shared their chilling experience after buying a doll from a second-hand shop. It came as part of a set of 3, and from the very beginning, strange things followed them home. The man even woke up with scratches on his legs that he couldn't explain.
And then I felt a burning sensation on my leg. And I looked down, and there was a lot of scratches all over my knee.
As they spoke, the doll sat quietly on a chair in the studio until, suddenly, the chair moved. Both the couple and the hosts noticed it for a moment before nervously carrying on with their talk. That single movement was enough to convince many watching. The doll wasn't ordinary, whether cursed or haunted like the infamous Annabelle or Chucky. It carried an energy that might not let go so easily.
You almost look like, Deb, you don't want to even look at the doll.
No, I don't.
Are you a bit scared?
I don't even want to touch it.
Really?
Two sides.
God and Satan are just like Marilyn and Manson. 2 words to describe the different sides of your personality.
Back in 1997, Marilyn Manson gave an interview that left many unsettled. He explained that God and Satan weren't separate beings, but symbols like the two halves of his own persona, Marilyn and Manson. To him, everyone carries both sides, light and shadow, creation and rebellion. Manson describes Satan not as worship, but as a sign of individuality and breaking free from control. Influenced by Anton LaVey and Aleister Crowley, he placed these ideas into his songs and shows. He even said attending his concerts was like stepping into his own ritual, an exploration of hidden parts of the self. For Manson, it wasn't about bowing to something outside, but about facing the duality within. Mask slip.
I don't know what...
During a live TV broadcast featuring Peter Thiel, something unusual caught people's attention. For a brief moment, his face seemed to distort. His mouth looked swollen, almost as if something shifted beneath his skin. Odd lines and markings appeared, not resembling anything natural. It didn't look like a simple camera error.
I mean, all sorts of things.
Viewers felt it was a fleeting glimpse of something reptilian hiding beneath a human exterior. When the clip spread online, it fueled speculation. Was this just a digital glitch, or had the mask slipped long enough for the truth to surface? What do you say? Comment below.
There may be things wrong with our healthcare system.
Thank you very much for watching the video. Do like and share it with your friends. Subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon to not miss any of the upcoming amazing videos. Thank you once again.